Hello, this is Victor and here with a new painting tutorial, and this time I'm going to paint this Idonet Deepkin. So this is the prize that I give on my 2500 subscribers, and the winner wanted me to paint and asked me to as a prize this miniature. So I will paint this on the camera. I will show you how I will approach the painting job on that, and I hope you like what you see here. So I will start from bottom to top, and I will start painting the rock that we have there. If you want to know how I did this beach effect, I have done a weekly tutorial. I will link it on the description, and you will see how this is painted. Sorry. So first of all, I will paint this rock here, and I will use quite a dark gray in that case. It's Kevin Blight Ding. Okay, and we are going to apply this on this rock here. For the armor, I will go for I will try to do quite similar to the color that Games Workshop have used for most of the parts. So we'll try to do it quite close. I will have here I have but I will give a little bit of twist. I have an idea to twist a little bit, and I hope the person likes what I'm going to do. Okay. As I said, this is price of this is the price that I did for my 2500 subscribers. So the price was a miniature painted by me, so a miniature of your choice painted by me within a limit of price, of course. Okay, so I do that. Next, I'm going to do the inside of the clothes, and to do that I will use very dark purple. I will use Niagara Night. You can use also very dark blue, but I think I would like to play a little bit more with the purples on that. The purples will are helping to give more depth on the blue. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. Here. Then as a complementary color, I think I will use more orange. As I said, I will not invent too much. In that case, I will just give my touch, but trying to follow the official color scheme more or less. Okay. But of course, I like to give always my touch on the miniatures. So this is, you have to be careful not to tilt in the sun in that case. But I don't want to leave any black spot, sorry, white spot. Okay. You always have to try to paint from the deeper part to the most exposed part. Okay. Let's do the clothes. And for the clothes, I think I will do the inverse of what you see in the. I will go more for a turquoise blue on the clothes. So I will use Sotek green. And as I will say, it's called green, but it's more a turquoise color. It's quite dark. But it will give a very nice I'm going to try to do a little bit of color shifting between blue and this aquamarine green. Okay, so I will do the close with this attack green, and I come back once this is done. Okay, this is how it looks like. So next step, I'm going to paint the little flash that is visible. That is going to be mainly this part that is visible on the helmet. And I will use one of the new paints. I will use Isharann Skin. Okay, I will go for this greenish tone. Combined with try to go for a very pale skin. Okay, so you apply this there. And I will apply it to go in the deepest part of the neck. And I'm doing this now because these parts, as you can see, are difficult access. Okay. Next, I'm going to give the base color on the armor. And to do that, I will use a scale 75 paint. I will use a speed paint from a scale 75. It's a very light silver that I really like a lot. The metallic grain is very small, gives great results, and I highly recommend this metallic from a scale 75. So you will see this is how it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to apply this on all the armor parts. As my base color. Okay, don't forget the feet. Okay, I will apply it here. Okay, and then we are going to do all the full armor. So, okay, so I will do that, and I will come back once this is done. Okay, this is how it looks like after doing the armor. As I say, well, as I did not say, but as you can imagine, I'm just applying now the base colors, and now I will start doing. I will go back to the rock that is half dry. So I'm going to apply now a dry brush with administrating grain. Okay, you have to be careful. I don't want to dirten. You can do this, of course, before doing the armor. I should have wait, but if you go carefully, you can also do it later. Okay. So let's take. I'm just looking for that. Right, this doing the job. This one. Okay, I take this. Dry. And we go on the rock. Okay. And now I'm going to use, we can use flake one flash, or we can use, yeah, we'll use flake one flash, okay, to do the different mollusks that are attached to the rock, the different shells and so on. So we have, for example, one here. Okay. We have another one here. Okay. Okay. While we are waiting at this device, I'm going to do the first wash. And here I will do something different. Instead of washing the clothes with blue, I will do it with Coelia green shade. So I want, as I say, I want to play with this and give it this sensation that it's not a well-defined color what we have here. Okay. So I'm going to apply Coelia green shade. This will give a greenish and a very deep shade in some parts. Okay. Don't worry if you go on top of the ornament on the bottom of the cloth. We are going to paint this later on. Okay, but try not to dirten the armor. If you dirten this thing here, it's not a problem. This way I have not painted this type of ornaments he's having. I will do it this later on. What I'm doing now is I'm removing the excess of paint. I don't want this. I don't want to have big deep shadows. I like deep shadows, but not that are too big. Okay, so I want to take a little bit out the excess. Okay, and now we wait at this device before doing the next step. Okay, this code looks like one half dry. Don't worry, we are going to clean up later on. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Gilliman blue on the metallics. Okay, we are going to give this blue tint on all the metal parts, and this we have to be patient and just apply this glaze over all the metallics. Okay, this will give a nice blue tint on all the silver that we have applied. Try not to put too much, and if goes too much in one point, and you do this before doing the orange, because I want to, yeah, we are going to clean up later on all this. This can be quite messy because it's very thin, but will give very nice shading. Okay, so I do that. This is too much, of course. Okay, you see. I prefer to use that than using the blue shade, the back of, what's it called, the blue shade, Drakenhof Nike shade is too dark for my point of view. Okay, and we try to go on all. And this armor have a lot of texture, so will look nice. Hey, so you see how it looks like. So I will do the whole armor and I come back once it is done. So next step, I'm going to do the dry brush with the spin metal on the metallics, because now you see it's very blue, so we want to enhance the metallic now. So we want to make it more standard metal. And I'm going to do this with a makeup brush. This is a very soft brush, okay? And we are going to use the same technique but using a makeup brush. This is a technique I have seen and I'm really now experimenting a little bit. Okay, but it's really a very soft brush. And now we are going to the brush on top. Go very soft. Okay. And the idea is to return back some of the metal. You see that this, don't apply too much pressure. Let's do it here on the weapon as well, so you will see, and I will do more on the tip. We will clean up later on, but this is just to give really the first highlight. And you see that now it's take some more paint. Be careful because these brushes can load a lot of paint. So just confirming that I have some silver, and we are going to go on the main body. This is really a soft brush. And you just want to leave some tint of blue, but not really a strong blue there. I think now it's looking much better. We'll take a little bit more of this. All depends how bright you want to go with the gold. And with the gold, sorry, with the silver. You can see. Remember that these brushes can load a lot of pigment. Okay. That's good. And they are really, really soft brushes. I just want to be. You can do that until you reach the tone. In some points we will need to come later with a smaller brush and do some edge highlighting. And you see, I think now it's looking much better. Okay, so I will clean this brush. Again, these brushes can take a lot of water. And we'll leave it here to let it dry. Okay. So let's do the next step. I'm going to work now on the cloth, and I will do a first highlight using Isharann blue. I take Isharann blue. We are going to try to highlight this a little bit. Okay. If we see that the transition is too harsh, we are going to clean up, but I think this is good. Okay. You can see. Looks bright at the beginning, but once it dries, it's not that bright. We have to go especially next to the part where we have the armor, in case we have dirt in a little bit. Okay. Okay. So next, I keep Isharann blue next to me. I will use Bahar blue. We'll start first with Temple blue. Bahar Bahar Blue will make maybe too harsh transition to go. So we use Bahar Blue, sorry, Temple Guard Blue, and I do a second highlight. Okay. The bigger on the flatter parts, I try to do a little bit of white blending or glaze. Okay, yes. Here. Now I'm going to use finally Bahar Blue. Bahar Blue is really thin. Put too much. Okay. Do this. Okay. Next step, I'm going to do this rim that we have here on the cloth. This type of wavy rim. I will keep using blues, but this time I will go more for something like Dothan blue. It's more a neutral blue. Just a little bit. So we are going to put Lothen blue here to the rim. Okay. So I do the rim and I come back what is done. So this is how it looks like. Now the model, we have done the rim there, and we are going to do a slightly highlight on this part. And to do that, I will use, we are going to use a light blue. Okay. I'm going to use the horror blue. Okay, this H paint. You have to be careful with this one because it's almost white, and we are going to highlight just some parts. So I'm going to okay, we are going to use Lothen blue as a color to help us on this highlight and softening the transitions. Okay. The point is to give some highlights. Okay, we're going to do it as well here. Okay. Okay. We are going to apply as well a little bit here. This is quite a flat part. Okay. Next step. I'm going to use speed metal again, and we are going to edge highlight all the armor. Okay, we keep working on that, but I think before doing that, let me repaint the part of the skin. I will use first in Ion Rack skin. Okay, to do this green tint skin that is visible here. Okay. A bit more here. Okay, and now I'm going to use Deepkin Flash to give the last highlight. We don't see eyes by anything else there, so we leave it like that. Okay, going to apply a little bit here. Only the neck is slightly visible here, and that's all. So next, now I'm going to use a speed metal from a scale 75 to edge highlight the armor. Remember, we have done a dry brush, and now we are really going to give a stronger accent to the ribs, edges, and so on of the armor. So when you do edge highlight, normally I try to go with the right brush from the edge and use more the edge of the brush than really so the tip most of the time. So let's do here, for example. The intention here is to highlight these points that were not enough highlighted with the dry brush. Okay. At the same time, clean it a little bit. So the other thing I will use at the same time in doing that, I will have the glaze here. Okay. And I will add the glaze where the dry brush have go too much over the glaze. And now the step, this is going to be much slower than before, but we are now going to really apply the glaze where we think is needed and apply edge highlight where we think we also need to add some additional highlight. Okay, so this is just to give, for example, here the blue have disappeared too much. Okay, so I apply just a little bit of blue, and then on this thing I will go with the speed metal over it and be sure And remember, you can use room fan metal if you don't have spin metal. Or the Storm Host, I think it's called Storm Host Armor. So other options, if you don't have spin metal, you can use the Storm Host Silver or room fang metal. Okay, I like more scale 75 when I want to go for this type of. I have the feeling that the grain is smaller and I give better more. Better finishing, I think it gives. So the dry brush and the steps we did before did a lot of good job. Show where we want to have the highlights. As I say, I prefer in some areas to reinforce it with a little bit of edge highlight. This right here, I want to go over that. Then see what? Yes, you get the idea. On the weapon, we are going to do the same. Okay, I'm going first to follow this edge like that. This weapon is quite tricky, so I'm going to do first and I will do like a reflection. Okay, I'm going to do another reflection here. Like this. I want this ones on the top to be lighter. I'm going to keep this a little slightly lighter. Okay. And put a little bit of blue. Just to give the tint. Okay. So the other side I will do the same, so to save time I will do it out of the camera. Here again, I want to be sure that this type of ribs are well. I'm going to be sure this on top is completely silver. Okay, and we are going to open the helmet. So as I say, this can be quite tedious. Work. But I think it's quite needed if you want a cleaner, if you want a cleaner finishing. Okay. Okay, so I will keep doing that, and once I'm done, I will come back. Okay, next step, I'm going to do these things, and the one here that goes in orange, and I'm going to use 12 Slayer orange and Luganat orange. So first I'm going to apply the Slayer orange, the 12 Slayer orange. Okay, and this pairs. And I will try to let we apply first this layer, and once this is applied I will be back to you. Okay, so I will do that here, and as well I will apply this orange here on this parts. Okay, okay, so I will do that and I come back once this is done. So once we have done the base with the double layer orange, now I'm going to use the Luganot orange that is more a pastel color, and we are going to make a transition to make it from, for example here, that will be more this pastel orange. Okay, so I apply this one here at the extreme. Okay, I will try to keep the same orange on all the orange parts, so I will try to do the same on all the orange parts to avoid to have too many colors. Okay, so I apply this like that, as you can see, quite a stark finishing. Now I take 5 layers, I mix it here, and we do a slightly light blending, take more for orange, and we blend it. Okay, and this is a way we have a much softer transition. I'm going to work as well here. Okay. Important thing here is to soften, as you can see. Okay. Let's clean up a little bit here, and I'm going to do the same on this part. Okay, I applied first the Luganot orange. Okay, and now I take a little bit of the first layer orange, and I mix it here on the middle directly. Okay, in that way we have a soft transition. Okay, and on the crest something very similar. So we take this very dilute one and we go like that over the orange. So we try to leave okay. other side. Here we just do it like that. We don't have to forget the top. Okay, we have that. Now, while this is drying, I'm going to prepare the golden parts as well. So I'm going to use Retributor armor as usual for the golden parts. So, and with that, we are going to do some ornaments and some parts to give a little bit more warm colors. So we are going to apply it, for example, here on this lamp that he's carrying on front of his face. We are going to paint the full lamp, and we are going to do the light later on. Okay. Okay, let's do this lamp. To be fair, I don't think it's a good idea to have a lamp in front of your eyes, but this is what this guy is doing. Mosquito here. We're going to do the end part of this weapon. Okay. We have here this fish have like very strange ornament here, so we are going to do that. Okay, and we are going to leave just the final part of the ornament without painting. Okay, and then we also have, we'll touch other parts like this one here to give. Now, for example, here I realized that I should apply a little bit of silver on this thing. I used to have silver from previous step. We apply a little bit of silver. Okay. It's up to you how many of these things you want to do in gold. I'm just putting some of them to rig a little bit. So to avoid to have all the metal parts with just this bluish metal, and go for another metal that is warmer. Okay. This is okay. We have as well this one that is quite hiding here. I think at this time I realized I make a small mistake here, so I will put orange. Okay. Let's go back to the orange. We are going to apply now a wash on the orange. More than wash, I'm going to apply a glaze. I'm going to use blood leather and apply it especially over this type of hairy details. Okay. here. We remove the excess. And now we wait that this dry for doing the next step. We can apply this one as well if you want here. Okay, now we wait that this dries before doing any other step. So this is how it looking like. Now that the glaze we have applied, blow lighter have dry. Now we are going to use again Luganot orange. Okay. And we are going to highlight a little bit and clean up the end of this type of tails. Okay, I'm going to do, this part is going to be more difficult to do. This will come with my brush quite flat and just touching the easier ones. Okay, I do the same here. And I do the same here. Apply a little bit. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to use regular flash shade, and I'm going to shade the gold. Okay, and here I realized that I have smeared the gold, so we'll apply the gold here and shade it and come back. Okay, next step I'm going to use Carlsberg Crimson, and we are going to apply that just at the base or at the starting point of this type of tails. Okay, I'm going to apply this just here. We just move it a little bit down. Just let it fade out. Okay, just to give to this base a little bit darker shade. Okay, and help to show the texture on this part. Okay, I'm going to apply a little bit more. Be careful because the Carlsberg Crimson is very dark. Okay, something like that. And we can apply some additional shade somewhere, just to okay. We are going to do the same, and here you have to be even more careful on this part. Okay, and I think here we finalize the first part, and I will do the second part where I will finish the weapon. No, let me just finalize this part. I was forgetting something that I've been forgetting for the full. Just to finalize the first part, we are going to do the last touch on the base, on below the foot. You remember this part here? We are going to give a wash of agua air shade. Just a generous wash of agua air shade here. Okay? This will give this darker tone. Okay, and here is where I finalize this part, and I will come back with the next part to finalize the paint job on this guy. I hope you like what you have seen up to now. I hope you find this interesting, and keep tuned if you want to see the final work on this Ethernet, and just give a comment below what do you think about how it's looking like. That's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.